How ridiculous is this? What is up, everybody? I am Blue Mullets. I decided to bring out my entire NEX gun lineup. So far, I've been building and keeping the metallic black guns just to kind of grow a little collection here. You know, we've got every gun that I've built so far on the channel. Sten gun, EBR, the 417, AK, TAR, Glock, and the collaboration with Lucas, the RSP. And new to the lineup is this. This is my brand new Škorpion VZ61. The Škorpion was one of my favorite builds from my old channel, and I really just had to bring it back and rebuild it, make it better, all that good stuff. The Škorpion is actually one of my favorite real steel SMGs, especially when equipped with a suppressor. My NEX suppressor doesn't actually suppress the round, of course, but it is just made of 9 rubber tires. And what's cool about it is that the back of the suppressor is slightly larger in diameter, just like a real steel one. And then it will taper off to a smaller diameter. It's pretty cool. I was able to do that just with the treaded tires and the smooth tires. If you couldn't already tell, I am very happy with this gun's cosmetics. The main body looks so good. I'm very happy that I was able to get the lower receiver to slant upwards while keeping the gun rather thin. It just turned out so well, in my opinion. The handle and trigger guard are also no exception. They are wonderful, very strong, very sturdy, and they look really nice as well. The trigger is perhaps the biggest improvement on the gun. The previous gun had a very standard, very basic trigger that would flip forward when the ram was pulled back. What this would do was it would literally prevent you from putting your finger in here to be able to pull the trigger and fire the gun comfortably. This gun fixes that. This is a single layer, 3-stage trigger mechanism that will stay in this position no matter if the ramrod is cocked back or if it's forward. It's a very, very nice trigger that holds a lot of power. The gun's stock is a huge improvement from the previous gun because, well, the previous gun didn't even have the stock. This is a very kind of hit or miss stock. It's obviously flimsy because it's literally just 2 black rods, but I've done a decent job of strengthening it just kind of angling the black rods in to kind of put some tension on them. And it actually worked out pretty well. The stock is actually quite sturdy and, you know, for being 2 rods. The gun's iron sights are extremely basic and simple, but they do a good job at giving you something to aim with. Just like the first Škorpion, the second generation is going to shoot the gray connector bullet. Loading and shooting this thing is going to be very easy. Always. It's always easy, guys. It's always easy. Pretty much just take your magazine. You have these 2 Y connectors here, Y clips. You're going to pull down your pusher and you're going to rotate the Y clip over to block the pusher like this. Like that. So now you have a pusher that is down and you can put in bullets. It's going to hold 8 shots. I think you can get a 9, but I like to just do the 8. Let's talk optimization real quick, or that's really what I call it. A long time ago, and I'm talking like 15 plus years ago, Kinect gun builders discovered that, and I don't know who really did all the work. It was probably somebody like Oodle Loompas or Bacon Bits or Killer K. One of those guys discovered that there is a great way to generate power out of pin guns, a great way to place where your bullets feed in and how far of a pin distance you have. Essentially what I'm talking about is you want a very long pin pull, and then you want your bullet to be fed into the gun, and you want that pin, when it's released from the trigger, to come forward and just barely touch the bullet. That way it's literally transferring all of its kinetic energy into that round. This Škorpion feeds bullets in right around here. So although it has a very long pin pull, you're only getting, when it released from the trigger, about this, which is around here, about an inch before it hits the bullet. That's not good. What you want is something like this EBR, where you have a very long pin pull, and the bullet, because this is true bolt action, gets loaded in here, but then it actually comes forward and gets loaded into a separate chamber here. So the pin comes forward with a ton of energy and barely touches the bullet, which creates a ton of power. If this EBR didn't have such a long barrel, it would shoot laser beams. But yeah, I don't know why this Škorpion just seems to really shoot well. It just does. What is a very cool feature about the Škorpion is you can actually see for yourself just how this optimization really works, because the Škorpion allows you to load a single shot right here. And as you can see, right there is the very end of your ramrod. So you can actually test by loading a round in through a magazine and shooting that, and then just taking a gray connector and placing it right here, just to where the pin is going to hit it, and shoot that one off. And that is night and day difference in terms of power. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and place your first trigger rubber band, this little guy here. To make it easier, I recommend using sort of any sized micro rod. And we're gonna begin this process by removing both outer shell layers. So you can just go ahead and pop them off. Using your fingernails, pop off the front here, and it'll slide off. And you're gonna do this as well. There's gonna be 2 black caps. Pop off. So, I'll just get this here. There we go. And this side will slide off as well. There we go, like that. Now, you're going to be looking at this area in here, and as you can see, there's going to be a red connector that's moving. Your goal is to put your rubber band through here and out the other side. So you can take your rubber band, place it as shown, and then take your rod and literally just push it through like this very carefully to the other side. And once you have it, you can grab it with your fingers and make sure that you have it on both sides. Now what I like to do is just stretch it up to this blue rod here on both sides, here and here, and then you just will simply connect back on your side paneling one at a time. Just to make sure that you did it correctly, this is what it should look like. Your white rod should be facing this direction on either side. As you can see on this side, and then the side here. The reason is because you want your rubber band to feed through the body like this. So just lay across here to that point, and then same on the side, right here. Nice and neatly done. Next thing you're going to want to do is test the upper half of your trigger just by simply pushing up on your green rod here. It should click up and just spring right back down. Obviously, your trigger should not move. It should just move the actual block on the inside of the pistol. So let's make sure, or SMG rather. Let's make sure it does that. Oh yeah, very nice. So make sure that it looks just like this and that it should be working very smoothly before you move on. Before going any further, I highly recommend that you double check some stuff on your pistol. Make sure that all of your rods are connected on, connectors are connected on, all that good stuff. Make sure that it looks exactly like this. There are a few rods that could give you some trouble with this pistol if they're not set correctly. And those rods would be your 3 micro rods here, here, and here. So, the first one is the trigger guard micro rod with these 2 micro tan Y clips. Make sure that the Y clips are facing down towards your trigger guard, like that. The second and the most vital rod is the second one, the second one that's in there. You need to make sure that this rod is poking through both sides of your shell. And what I mean by the shell is this yellow connector and this yellow connector here. So as you can see, it's poked through here, and on the other side, it's poked through as well. If it's not, then that could actually cause some flex in here, and that can actually cause your trigger to pop out of place, and you don't want that to happen. And then the last rod is obviously this guy. Just make sure that it's through the shell on both sides. Those are the big ones. Obviously, before moving on, make sure that your trigger mechanism is working really nice and really smoothly. It should operate like so. Now it is time for you to make your ramrod or your pin. This is what a finished pin looks like. As you can see, I have 3 1/17 size rubber bands on it. This is the part of the gun that hits the bullet to actually shoot out. So you need it to be made very strong, or otherwise it will blow up if you put too many rubber bands on it. Underneath all of this electrical tape and JB plastic weld, it looks like this. just a gray connector, tan clip, blue clip, and that is attached onto either a black rod or a clear rod. The reason why is because these rods are molded out of a significantly stronger plastic than regular gray rods or orange rods. I recommend that you use the JB Plastic Bonder or JB Plastic Weld, as it is a much stronger adhesive, but super glue, Gorilla Glue, or just tape will work just fine. All right, this is what the Škorpion looks like without the suppressor attached. We're gonna build it right after this. If you don't have enough pieces to build it, obviously, like I said, this is what it'll look like. Still really cool. We're gonna shoot it without the suppressor just to make sure that it works and everything like that, just in case if you're not building the suppressor. One thing is to note is that if your rubber band gets too weak and it can't pull up on the bullets, just literally take another one of the same size and just do the exact same process, but mirror it over to the other side. So you can see I have the green band that we used in the instructions, and then I added on a yellow band here and just crossed it over at the bottom, as you can see, like that. So yeah, let's go ahead, shoot this little Škorpion and see what happens. This is with 117. Oh, it hit me right in the face. This gun has a bad habit of doing that. It landed right here. That's why I like flinch every time I shoot this thing. They try to do it to me again. I love how this thing shoots. Just shoots hard, nice and straight. Yeah. Once again, if you don't build the suppressor, this is what it's going to be. Shooting like really hard and really straight. You don't have to pull the pin back to remove the mag. I just prefer to. When you do remove the mag, just pull down on the push a little bit and then just rock forward and it'll come right out. So yeah, that's the Škorpion. Let's go ahead and build that suppressor for it. All right, and just like that, you have finished the tutorial. Congratulations on building your Škorpion. If this is your first time building with me, I'd just like to thank you. I really hope you enjoy the gun, and I hope you'll check out some of my other builds as well. If this is not your first time building, thank you for once again building one of my guns. I hope you really like it, of course. You should. This one shoots hard, as I've told you a million times before. I just wanted to quickly kind of apologize for the recent inactivity. I've just been so busy, but I have some big things planned, trust me. One of the items that I'm building is quite literally large, so I'm really excited about it. But yeah, this is the Škorpion, finished Škorpion. Let's go ahead and shoot it together and see if it works. Hopefully, you know, everything will work smoothly. But you never know, so that's why I kind of like to film these videos right at the end. So yeah, let's go ahead and shoot this thing. Oh yeah, no problem. Oh, I hate this thing because it just, bullets ricochet so much. Oh my goodness. But, oh, that one hit me too. It's like hits me all the time. Ooh, that one almost hit you guys. It's like, what is going on here? Oh, again, this thing is just crazy. Last round, hopefully I don't get hit in the face. Nope. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching once again. You've reached the end of yet another video of mine. If you're staying tuned for all of the length, all of the video duration, I really do appreciate that. It's pretty cool that you guys think my videos are worth watching. So once again, thank you guys so much for building. Stay tuned. I've got some more stuff planned, some more builds upcoming, more upcoming builds along the way. And let me know if you modify this gun or build it. Maybe add like a little optic up top. That would be kind of cool. I'm starting to ramble. Yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.